Hi ladies, this is Jamie. Thanks for watching. This video is about how to answer that guy when he gives you these statements. These are comebacks that you can say when a guy starts telling you things like he's pulling away, or he wants to break up, or he just needs time to himself, he's not sure what he wants, I have issues, all of those things that a man may say to you. You want to be prepared and have an answer, and I know that you may not know that this statement is coming. It may just hit you blindsided. And if it does, that's okay. Watch this video now so you can be prepared and you can be quick-witted and ready when he says these things, or when he says something to you, or maybe he texts these things to you. You can pause and say, you know what, let me get back to you on that, and figure out what to say, and then you can have this comeback. It's better if you're just ready with these comebacks, okay? So if you are out there in the dating scene, you just want to be ready, you want to be able to answer this guy in the most high-value way. If a guy says, look, I just want to take things slow, and he's not really investing in you, or you've been together for a while, or you've been physically intimate with this guy, you think things are going somewhere, maybe you're pushing for commitment, and he starts to back off and say, I just want to take things slow. Here is your answer. You can say, no problem. You know what? Me too. I think that's in both of our best interests, is just to slow this thing down. In other words, you kind of want to let him know, you know, I've kind of been thinking the same thing. We do need to slow this down. Now, that's going to catch him off guard, because he's going to think that you're going to say something like, well, why should we take things slow? Well, we were taking things fast and you were love bombing me and now you want to slow it down? That's not fair. Or why? What have I done? Or is there something wrong with me? He's thinking you're going to come with some kind of an emotional reaction. He thinks you are going to come toward him more. But instead, you surprise him and say, you know what, I think that's a great idea. I was kind of thinking this is going way too fast. I think taking things a lot slower is the best thing for both of us. Now, if he still pushes for some kind of physical intimacy, this is perfect. That's where you can say, oh, no, we decided to slow things down. And being physically intimate, to me, is fast. That's putting on the gas pedal. So that's off the plate. Any kind of physical intimacy is off the plate. Sex is definitely off the plate if we're taking things slow, which I agree we should definitely do. So you see how well that works for you? And you shouldn't just let him manipulate you into being physically active, but yet saying he wants to slow down. So he wants to slow down emotionally, but he wants to ramp things up physically. No, you can say no deal on that. We're not doing that. Another thing that men might say to put on the brakes, or to not see you quite as much, or to kind of break up, is he might say, I'm just dealing with a lot right now. To that, your answer should be, I get it, me too. I have got so much on my plate. I'm dealing with a lot as well. However, I guess I'm just really good at multitasking, because I can handle a relationship and other things. I can do both things at once. And if you can't, if that's just too much for you, too much pressure, and you're just unable to handle a lot of balls in the air, that's okay. I will just go my own way, you go your own way, but I'm not going to be waiting around for you to get your life more organized. So when he tries to tell you, I'm just dealing with a lot, he's wanting you to stay on the sidelines, be kind of the backup option, and let him go do whatever he wants, talk to whoever he wants, have his space. And he's just telling you, I don't really want to break up, and it's not really you. It's not really that I'm not interested. I'm just dealing with a lot. You want to make him look like, wow, you are so weak that you can't have a relationship and deal with work and deal with your family and deal with finances. You can't do it all, because I can do it all. You don't want to say it that way, because that kind of comes across really harsh. But in a sense, you are kind of saying, I'm Wonder Woman. I can deal with a lot and still put my best foot forward in a relationship and be intentional and purposeful and have a lot of other things that I'm dealing with. I guess I'm just that good. Now, again, you don't want to say it that way, but you can say it very calmly to let him know that you can deal with a lot and you will still show up in an amazing way in a relationship and deal with everything else you have going on. You're kind of a multitasker. He can't do that. That's okay. it makes him look like he's not quite a man, like he's not the man that can handle the tough things life throws at you, but you're a woman who can. Do you see how that just elevates you up here? You don't accept that as an excuse, but you respect the right, his right to break up. You respect the right that he wants to back off. No problem. You will back off too, but you can handle everything, but you will go find a guy who can handle more issues. He can handle a lot of things going on in his life. Okay, number 3, that kind of leads into the second one. If a guy says, I have issues. I had a guy tell me once, he said, I just have a lot of issues. And I said, oh, wow, okay. You know what? I do think it's great then that we break up or we back off, because I don't have any issues. I'm pretty good. I've dealt with my issues. I am emotionally strong. And, I really want a man that doesn't have issues. So you deal with your issues, and I'll go find somebody that doesn't quite have as many issues as you do, but I'll be praying for you. Again, do you see how this flips the script on him? He looks so weak that he has issues. He wanted you to just accept that excuse and just walk away and not get upset and not get angry and just accept that this poor guy just has some issues and I'll just be patient and kind and maybe I'll wait around. No, you just call him out. He has issues. That stinks. You are good. Again, it kind of cuts him down a little notch. He's wanting to break up with you for whatever reason. The fact that he's dealing with a lot or has issues is just an excuse. So when a man gives me a lame excuse like that, instead of just saying, hey, I found somebody else I'm more interested in, or I'm just not that into you and I don't want to see you anymore, I would rather him be just that upfront and honest than telling me he's got issues and making me kind of feel some sort of pity for him. Next, if a man tells you, I just don't know what I want right now. I don't know what I want in a relationship. I don't know what I want in my life. I'm just confused. I don't know. To that you respond, well, I do. And I know I want a loving, committed, intentional, purposeful, faithful, loyal, dynamic, adventurous, whatever, relationship. So if you don't know what you want, that's okay. I'm a woman who knows what I want. I have goals in every area of my life: financial, physical, emotional goals, relationship goals, and I'm just going to go find a man who knows more what he wants. Again, it makes this guy look like you are so immature, so confused. You don't have a solid hold on what you want in life. Because high value men, they know what they want in life and they go after it. And if he doesn't know, okay, that's fine, but you do, and you'll go find what you want. Now, in all of these scenarios, I still have 2 more ladies, but in all of these scenarios, you need to say it with a smile on your face. Don't be hateful, don't be witchy, don't be sarcastic. You can say the same thing 2 different ways. You can say, well, I know what I want and I don't have issues, so I'll go find the guy who doesn't have issues. Or you can say, oh, well, I know what I want and I don't have any issues. And that's okay. I'll go find a guy that doesn't have issues. It's totally fine that you do. It's totally okay. Do you see how you can say it in 2 different ways? In the one way, you sound so angry. And the next way, you actually sound like you kind of feel sorry for him. And no man wants you to have pity on him. He doesn't want to feel like the guy that's less than. Okay, next. If he says, I just want to be friends, or can we just be friends? Listen, ladies, if you don't care for him at all and you have no emotional feelings to this guy, then you can say, yeah, we can just be friends. Maybe you went out on one date and it was kind of a blind date and you got there was no chemistry, and he's like, I think it's best if we just be friends. Then I would say, you're absolutely right. I don't feel the chemistry either. I think it's best that, sure, we can be friends. But if this is somebody you had a relationship with and somebody that you really care about, if this is somebody that you've invested some time in and you still really like, and then he says, or maybe you even love him, and then he says, look, can we just be friends? Or I don't know what I want right now, but I'd still like to be friends. So he says one of the statements and then follows it up with the friend thing. You very calmly just laugh and say, oh no, the friend zone. I'm being put in the friend zone. I appreciate your offer to be friends, but friendship isn't what I wanted with you. I wanted something more intentional. I wanted something more purposeful. I wanted something more committed. And I think friendship right now for me is just going to be really hard. And I have a feeling that at some point in time in the future, you might regret this breakup, and just being friends is going to be hard for you too. So I have plenty of friends. I don't really need you as a friend, but thanks for the offer. And you just shut that friend zone down. When he says he wants to be friends, he really just kind of wants to keep you on the back burner. He wants to keep you sitting in the wing. In case he wants to come back, he still has that contact with you. He's also wanting to wean off of you slowly, because if you had any long-term relationship, he's used to talking to you every day, texting you every day. He's not 100% sure he wants to break up. So he's kind of keeping that friend zone as a waiting place to put you until he decides what he really wants. Do not accept that. You have to make him go cold turkey. And then I'm just going to no contact. With all of these guys, if they give you one of these statements, I would just give them the answer, give them your response, and just go into no contact and make him have to quit you cold turkey. Now, if he just comes out very bold, very blunt and says, I think we should stop seeing each other, I think we should break up. If he gives you any reason, you're toxic or whatever, just say, no problem. It's not what I wanted, but I was kind of unsure if you were the guy anyway, if you were my forever guy, but I was interested to find out. But hey, I will respect your decision that this is what you want. No problem at all. If you ever want something more intentional or purposeful with me, feel free to reach out. Maybe I'll be available, maybe I won't. Only God knows. God may have a better guy out there for me and a better woman out there for you too. And you handle it that professional. Go home and cry in your pillow. But you handle it that cool, that classy. You don't fight him on it. You don't push back. You don't say why. You don't need an explanation. You don't need closure. Just save your pride. This man does not want to be with you for whatever reason. He doesn't get to have full access to your emotions anymore. A high value woman says, ooh, ouch, kind of hurts. Wasn't what I wanted. But okay, I'll respect that. And move on. If somebody doesn't want you, don't sit around and beg and plead and cry and try to convince them that this is a horrible decision. He will have to own that decision later. When you handle it that classy, I'm telling you within 5 minutes, he's going to be thinking, wow, maybe I didn't want to break up. Wow, she handled that really well. Maybe she is really mature. Maybe she is really high value. That was pretty classy. He might feel a little bit of relief initially because he got out of the relationship without you throwing a fit. But very quickly, he's going to start wondering why you were so chill about the breakup. Are you interested in somebody else? Are you kind of wanting to move on? Were you not that happy with him? Was he not the guy? So in all of these responses, just handle it so cool, so chill, and just walk away. If he gives you, this is the last one. If he gives you the, I'm busy, or I've just been busy. So if he hasn't reached out, if he's ghosting you, orbiting you, he's breadcrumbing you, and you call him out on it. You say, hey, I haven't heard from you for this many days, and then you hit me up and want to hang out tonight. That's not cool. What's going on? And he says, I've been busy. To that, you can say, I get it. Everyone's busy. I'm busy too. But it only takes 15 to 30 seconds to send a text. Nobody's that busy. Nobody is that busy for someone they really care about. The fact of the matter is, you're not that busy. I'm just not that big of a priority to you, which is fine. But if I'm not that big of a priority in your life, I certainly don't want to make you a priority in mine. I want a man who's more intentional, purposeful. I get it that you're busy. I'm busy too. But again, I guess I can multitask a little bit better. No problem. See you around. And just end it right there. He is wanting to give you an excuse why he hasn't been showing up in a very deliberate way. Really, the fact is he's just not interested, or he's talking with a bunch of other girls or somebody else. No man is going to put himself in a position to lose you. If a man really cares about you, he will show up. He will not be too busy to send you a text. And to that one, I would just kind of call him out on it. Let him know that nobody's that busy. And if he's that busy, then he doesn't need to be in a relationship. And you'll go find a man that can multitask a little bit better or can make you a priority at least sometimes. Ladies, I want to see you win in the dating game. That is how you handle the foolish comments that this man can throw at you, and your response comes across so high value, so classy. Ladies, hit the like, hit the follow, hit the subscribe. Cost you nothing. My videos will just pop up when you turn on your social media or your YouTube or Rumble channel. God bless you guys. I will see you in the next video.